Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Night Sleepover. I'm your host, Charlie, and tonight we are with Caitlin.
Hello, hello.
Hi, how was your day?
Oh, it was a busy day.
You took pictures, right?
Yes, it was. They turned out really cute. Well, I mean, I haven't seen like the full thing, but I think they did well. It was cold though. It was
Was
very
it like
cold.
in a field?
No, I didn't want it to be in a field. That was one thing that I specifically was like, I'm so glad it's not with a scenic
To
background. We
clarify,
went
these are not pictures for Caitlin. They are pictures for
the
her
kiddo,
her
my
her
biggest.
senior pictures for her son.
Yes, and I
'Cause
got
somehow she's
the.
my age and has a senior in high school.
I know it's disgusting. He's all grown and no, it's funny though. But I got we did like downtown
Oh,
pictures.
cute.
So,
In Bentonville?
well, we did Rogers,
Oh,
downtown Rogers.
that's nice.
It's a little less crowded, and it
Hmm.
was nice. It's really pretty. They've got all the Christmas lights out.
Oh, yeah, that is
Um,
cute.
yeah. Well, we didn't take any with Christmas lights, but we
Hmm.
got to see them.
Yeah.
Um,
Have you
but
been
yeah,
to
it was.
downtown Fayetteville's Christmas lights?
No, is it nice?
They're pretty legit, not gonna lie.
All right, we'll have to do that. I was thinking about doing I want the Washington County
Oh, yeah, I've seen good stuff
drive-through
about that.
situation. Yeah, I've heard good things. My parents are coming to visit at the end of the month, so I might see if they want to do that.
Yeah, that would be fun,
Because I think you
especially
pay
with
by
the
the
kids.
vehicle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you do. I think it's like $10 a car or something.
So it's like as many people as you can cram into the vehicle.
Seatbelts not required.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. That's
Luckily, I
bad.
think I have enough seatbelts for everybody.
Yeah, because you got a new car. A.
Yes. And the third row is very roomy.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten in and out of it several
That's not
times.
bad. If
Yes,
you
it's very
can,
nice.
if like grown-ups can get out of it, it must be big enough.
And I would say I'm a smaller grown up, but I think that as long as I'm willing to ride with two kids, I think it's fine in the
Hmm. Yeah.
back.
Speaking of photo shoots, I for Black Friday went shopping and found a perfect pajama set to reshoot the uh, cover for the podcast.
Oh, that'll be amazing.
You saw all the
I
pictures,
saw,
right?
yeah, yeah, and I think I know where you got the over shirt
I got them all at the same
because
place.
did you get them all at Target?
No, I got it at Torrid.
No? Okay. Well, they had the same thing at Target.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I was like, ooh, I wonder if this is where Charlie got it.
Well, I put it back on after. Okay, so here's the debacle. I went to Torrid on Black Friday and they had 50% off of everything. Have you ever shopped at that store before?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's like technically for
Where?
well, it's for plus size people, so I don't know if you fit into that category. But
Probably. What size are you considered plus size?
I think they start at like 12 or large.
So is it does okay? So do their sizes start at large,
Yeah,
or do they
actually, I think it
like
starts at 10.
all of large?
Okay, so like it's confusing. Their sizing is different there. So
They That's what I wanted. Yes.
yes, so they have I think it starts at 10. And
Uh huh.
10 is like uh but they don't use large, extra large,
Hmm.
2X, like they don't use that. So their large is a zero or a double zero.
Nice.
And then
So I could be a double zero, like I've always wanted.
yes. So they're and then their zero is like large and a half, kind of.
Okay.
And then 1X is like 18 to 20 or uh z- size 1.
Okay. So it's like X's and O's.
Yeah, and then size 2 is uh 20 to 22 or 2X.
Okay.
So, but even then, like when I get there, I'm like, oh, I'll try on a 3. and I'm usually a 2X, but the 3 sometimes fits. And then like the pants had a drawstring, and so they were like loose in all the places I wanted them to be, and they were a size
Mm.
4. But then I tried on a different style, and the 3 was better, but it still had a drawstring. I like you just when you go in there, you just like learn how to look at like the article of clothing and like see that it's going to fit you.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate shopping. I hate trying to judge whether or not something will fit you
Hmm.
because once I get into the dressing room and I'm like, oh yeah, this will fit, and like I can't even like lift it past my thighs. I'm like, I am have such bad body dysmorphia.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
this.
you should go shopping with me because I like my mom, she taught me such useful tips. Like like the seam, like she taught me how to sew, but then also she's also a plus size person. So she when I was like learning how to shop for clothes for myself, she was like, okay, this seam is meant to go right here. So like I'm wearing a sweater right now, but do you can you see me?
Mm-hmm.
So like this seam, it's down on my arm, but that's because it's a drop seam and it's a uh sweater. But normally, like on a regular shirt, the seam where your sleeve meets your like bodice is supposed to be like straight where uh the end of your shoulder is. So like
Oh,
there's so many useful tips in that my head that I know that I like just take for granted. So like when I go shopping, I'm like, oh, this is gonna fit because I can tell that this and this and this is good. And then I've also watched a lot of Queer Eye, so I can like
yeah.
know the rule of like shirts and stuff like that too.
Yeah. Gosh, those are the tips that I want to learn. Maybe that's what I need to watch is Queer Eye.
Watch Queer Eye and also go shopping with me, and I'll be like, no, I
Yes.
think you should wear this because this and this and this. Like
Oh,
I will tell you, oh, that color looks really great on you, or I love the shape of that dress, like you look so great. But also then I'll be like, okay, this one works because it pulls in here, and this is the smallest part of your body, or whatever.
yeah. See, I every time I've ever gone shopping with someone else,
Hmm.
they can pull out things that I'm like, oh, it looks ugly on the hanger. I'd never wear that. And they're like, just try it on. And then I try it on. I'm like, oh, it's so cute.
Yes. Well, I also know about different fabrics because of sewing, like learning how to sew. So I'll be like, this
Mhm.
one will drop this way, and I understand how it like will flow on a body, and I'll be like, you don't want this because this part of the fabric is gonna be like holding close to a part of your body that you want to distract from or something.
Yeah.
So or
I went to
draw the eye away from, maybe not distract.
Yeah, I went to TJ Maxx today and I had it in my head that I wanted a red dress.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'll just magically find one. And I did find a red dress.
Yeah.
If that was the only qualification, I was like, well,
Oh,
it's
was it
red.
not good?
I tried on, it didn't look half bad, but when you talk about materials, it was like some sort of silky
Yeah.
fake thing or other. And it was just like clinging, like static electricity
Yeah.
clinging. Like, nope, this is never gonna
Girl, we
work.
should when do you need the red dress by?
Well, I wanted to wear it tomorrow,
Mm, okay.
but I didn't end up buying it. What I
Do you have
ended up
something
buying.
going on tomorrow?
Yes, we're doing the ribbon cutting tomorrow.
Oh, no. I wish we could have gone shopping today.
Yeah, I know. It's okay though, because I did find sequin pants,
Okay, good, good, good.
which I feel like the sequin pants are even better than a bright red dress. Because I was thinking about it, I was like, I won't really wear this as much as I like had the idea. I'm like, this would be so cute to have a red dress, like
Do
the
you
sequin
like the
pants.
color red on your body?
I don't think it likes me. I imagine that I want to like it, but it's not my color for sure.
I don't really know if I believe all of that like color theory stuff. Um,
Yeah, I don't. I've always wanted to do that, like to see what colors are yours.
I've got a friend. Of course I
Oh,
do.
really?
Yes.
Have you done it?
No, but she's been on the show before, and I really like talking to her. She's awesome. Her name's Chandler.
All my colors are black, cream, green.
Oh, do you not?
and
Is
white.
that not in your Instagram feed? Like the
What?
actual like there's like people who
Where they put the bibs on?
yeah. It, like they
Yeah.
make you wear like all white and then they like put the like napkins with the different colors on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I would like to do that.
My friend does them virtually.
Be like, I am a summer.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't know what I am.
She'll do that. I don't know what I am, but I don't to me I've already like gotten into my groove where I know which colors I feel the most confident in. So,
Yeah, I'm black, and I have a white dog,
mhm.
and she
Oh no.
doesn't. She likes to add sprinkles on my black. I started doing doggy training.
Aw, tell me about it.
Oh, it's going really well. We've done 3 sessions, and we're learning place, which is basically like how you taught to like stay in your bed, when you eat.
Oh, no, we say
Like
corner. Go to the
you
corner.
say corner,
Mhm.
but her thing is place.
Mhm.
Like, or that's the word that
It's a
the
very
trainer.
useful trick.
Yeah, and she's getting really really good at it, and we're combating the pulling with walking.
Mhm.
We ended up getting a like prong collar, which I was opposed to doing from the beginning, but then when the trainer said it was a good idea, I was like, okay, I will listen to you.
Mhm.
But she taught us how to use it properly, and it has helped tremendously.
Oh, good.
So I'm like, okay, but eventually you wean off of it.
Mhm.
So that I'm hoping that she'll get better at it. She still likes to jump,
Mhm. Doug likes to
but
jump too, but also Colton like that's the way he like when he gets home he's like, "All right, come here." And like
yeah,
gets him
jump.
to come up on him. So I'm like,
Yeah,
there's not a way that we can teach him to not do that until that's not the way that you want to say
right.
hello to him because now that's the way he says hello.
Right. He's like, oh, let me jump up on you. But she's really learning a lot, and I'm excited that the lady that we are using to train, she does like agility training with her dog.
Ooh, that's nice.
So we're not doing a class next week because she's got some sort of competition in Florida. I'm like, ooh, that's cool. And I was laughing. I was like, we're gonna put Sally and the show dogs in
Aw.
the mutt category.
That's cute.
Do they have a mutt category? They should.
I, t-
Like a random mixed breed.
I don't
Like
know.
it'd be like a weight class.
We could do like a benefit for the shelter and do like
Yeah.
a mutt ball or something.
Yes, like a race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where it does. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't really matter
Right?
in that way.
Yeah. A parade. We could just do a little doggy parade.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Yeah, I got her a sweater today
Oh,
because it's so cold outside and I felt bad. But do dogs get cold? I mean, I know they have fur coat, but she's got short hair. I can't imagine
I
she's
don't.
very warm.
I don't know about other dogs, but when we lived in Utah, like I would try to get Doug to come inside, and he loved to be out in the snow. So I he's not even like you see that about huskies and he's not even a husky. He just like that's how he
Oh, God.
operates.
I used to have a husky and I remember him like you couldn't get him to come inside. He's like, "No, I live out here. I
Mhm.
live in the snow.
Mhm.
This is amazing." He was like a seal porpoising up and down in the snow. Like
Yeah.
I loved having a husky. That was a wild dog. He's
Really?
like, yeah, because they're like they look wolf like,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
They when they growl, they're kind of like, ooh, I don't know, I'm a little afraid. But my husky was inbred, and he only had 3 legs. So Jed was telling me a story about whenever he first started dating me and he came to pick me up at my parents' house and then he heard my dog Frankie, the husky,
Uh-huh.
growling and he was like, "Oh no, she's got some sort of wolf dog here." And then he looked closer and he's like, "Oh, it's got 3 legs."
I could take it.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Jed has dachshunds at home.
right? The weeniest weenie dogs. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dogs are funny.
But yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna have the ribbon cutting tomorrow, which
Mm-hmm.
I don't know really what to expect. They're like, you can make it as big of a charade
Have
as you want
Have you
to.
been to ribbon cuttings?
I went to one at the yoga studio,
Mm-hmm.
and she made it kind of a big deal.
Well, what kind of like extras are you guys doing?
We're gonna do food
Food.
and drinks.
Uh huh.
Yeah. So I don't know. Not like tremendous extras, I guess.
I wonder if maybe you could somehow like do some kind of like small class situation, like whipped tallow butter or whipped tallow. What is it? Is it whipped tallow butter?
We call it, what do we call it? Whip tallow. We just call it whip tallow.
Oh, yeah. Like something like that that is like easy enough that you could be like,
No, we can't tell people how easy it is. They'll make their
okay,
own.
okay. Well, maybe not give away trade secrets, but
It's
something
only two ingredients.
something not as hard as something
It's
not
so
as hard
easy.
as soap, but something not as trade secrety as whipped tallow.
Uh, it's really it making tallow is so easy. And the crazy thing that I think about is like back in the day, people used to have like a cow
Yeah.
and they would slaughter it and they would cook the meat or, preserve the meat and they would handle all the fat themselves. And I wonder, like, they probably didn't even get dry skin because they were just like
No.
handling the tallow.
One time Colton got a deer and it was like the fattiest deer ever. The deer don't normally have fat on them, but this one had
Yeah.
so much fat on it. Like it was like old and sat in a field all day, I'm pretty sure.
Just eat.
I don't know. But it was like the fattiest deer I've ever seen. And I actually cut some off and I always had in the intention of rendering it down. But I got so intimidated by it that I never did it. So it just sat in our
It's the
freezer.
rendering process that people get so freaked out by
Yeah, it was neat.
because that's really what turns it into a um like cosmetic product
Yeah.
versus food because it takes all the most of the meat smell
I
out of
read
it.
how to do it so many times and then I never could like pull myself to pull the trigger. I was so nervous.
You can do it in a crock pot.
I know. I've read the Pinterest articles. I just like
Yeah.
I was like I need somebody who's done this before to tell me how to do it.
Right. Yeah.
I read the article 50 times. I just don't feel like I can grasp the concept well enough to like jump off and do it. That was my thing with that.
Yeah. And then the thing with making the whipped part is you have to use an oil. And I've seen people use like all kinds of plant oils,
Hmm.
but we use emu oil.
Mm.
And emu oil in itself is really healing and like nourishing.
Nice.
Emus are crazy creatures. And then someone was asking, how do you get oil from an emu?
I mean, it's a valid question.
I don't know. How do you squeeze it? Do they have an oil gland?
Is there a gland for that?
It's like almond milk. How do you get almond milk?
Yeah. You find the tit, I guess.
But they're not allowed to call it almond milk anymore.
Why?
Milk, the big dairy said no.
Oh, big
Can't
dairy.
call milk if it doesn't come from a teat.
My goodness.
So now it's like almond beverage.
Uh, okay. Well, can't they just do like what the vegetarian stuff did and take out one letter? Like it's like
Oh,
chicken
milk.
with
Yeah, yeah.
no I. Just chick.
YLK.
Yeah. Just milk.
Yeah.
M apostrophe
MLK.
LK.
Yeah. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
I mean, like somehow the or the vegetarians got around it.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We should be in marketing.
I am.
I did tell you about the last time that I got to do a marketing survey, huh?
No?
No. where I
Oh yeah,
did
you did.
magic.
You did
Yeah,
magic.
yeah. I was very proud of that. That's
Hmm.
why I was going to retell the story, but you'll
You
have to go
tell it.
back and listen.
Did
No,
did you tell me in real life or did you tell it on the podcast?
I don't know. I think I told it on the podcast.
I don't think you did. I think you told me in real life.
Really?
Yeah,
All right.
I
What's
think
a
we
good
talked
story?
about it at the Halloween thing.
Okay. Well, I did magic.
Tell us all about your magic.
So I was going to do a survey, a consumer opinion survey. A friend of mine was like, "Hey, you can get $100 gift card if you like do participate in this thing." And I was like, "I like gift cards." Like,
Hmm.
sure. So I filled out the form and I basically like told them that I do the grocery shopping, which is a lie. Jed does the grocery shopping. But it was all about like frozen food and like which frozen foods would you buy? And I'm like, I don't buy these. Like I don't buy any frozen food because it's all bad for you. You know? And they're
I
like,
own a non-toxic rape delivery. I am not going to
right,
buy
I know.
frozen foods.
Like
Do you
rarely.
even know
But
who
they're like,
I am?
yeah, like how often do you buy frozen snacks? And I was like,
Zero.
I mean, I wouldn't say zero. I do have a teenager, like,
Yeah.
but I don't. I've not like frequented anything from like Big Tyson or anything
Hmm. Yeah.
very much. And so I get down there. Oh, as I'm driving down there, I'm like, oh, I guess because I was worried about being late. I was worried about being late and then them not giving me the gift card. And I was like, and I would drive all the way there and not come home with bounty, and I was going to be sad. So I'd already made a plan. I was like, okay, if they won't let me take the survey, then because they were very serious in their instructions, like be here, don't be late, make sure you're there early to get parking. Parking is crazy pants, and I was like, oh my goodness,
Crazy pants is a
responsibility.
real quote.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said. And so I was real nervous because I was like, oh man, I didn't leave myself enough room to deal with crazy parking. I'm imagining some sort of shuttle system.
Hmm.
I don't know, like, but I ended up parking like the very first parking spot, like just right
The
next to the
person that got
crosswalk.
there early and already left.
Yeah, right, right. And so I sign up and they're like, okay. And oh, but I said if I don't make it on time, I'm gonna go to the thrift stores. That way it's not a wasted trip.
Hmm.
It's like, okay. So that, like I was like, it's fine. I'm gonna have a good day. Well, I get there and then they're like, hey, we actually have too many people for this survey. So you can go home, but we're still gonna give you the gift card. And I was like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. And it was funny because there's people that are like staring at me sitting next to me because they still had to eat the frozen food and they to get the gift card and I didn't have to. I was like,
Suckers.
yeah. And then I got to go to the thrift store.
Yay.
It was great.
And spend the gift card.
Yeah. Well, I didn't spend it on that. I ended up spending it on a chicken door.
Oh yeah.
That's But then okay, so I've bought two automatic chicken doors
Hmm.
and I have to return them both.
Why?
Well, I already returned one. I returned one because it didn't come with a solar power, which is the whole reason that I wanted it to be if the sun comes out, the chicken door opens.
Hmm.
But this was just like a automatic door that you could hook up to batteries or you could purchase a separate solar powered thingy mabobber. And I was like, ugh, we got to go get a solar power thing for this one. And so we're like, we'll just return it because we hadn't actually installed it yet.
Yeah.
And we found one that had a solar powered thing and it was like $20 cheaper. And I was like, all right, let's get this one. I
Hmm.
guess I didn't read the reviews because all the reviews were like, this is a piece of junk. And
Uh-oh.
then we installed it and realized it's a piece of junk. It doesn't actually work at all. So we have to take it off and buy another one. And I think I have to spend a lot of money to get one that actually works.
So much for the magic.
Yeah, that's okay. As long as I don't have to get up early when it's cold.
Yeah. That's always.
Because we
Why
also
don't you get
got
one
this.
that has like a clicker that you can just go click?
That would be legit, but it would be even better if it just did it on its own.
Yeah.
But we got this automatic feeder It's called Grandpa's Feeder, and it works kind of like a step trash can, but
Oh
you know,
yeah.
like when it's a trash can, it opens.
Yeah, I've seen
But the
this on
chickens,
like Instagram.
yeah, the chickens will step on the little pedal, and then
Mhm.
it opens up the the feed, and it's supposed to keep your feed from being eaten by like mice and
Mhm.
wild birds and all the things.
Mices will find a way.
Golly, I bet they will. Those little creatures.
They are good at that.
Yeah, they live in the chicken coop. There's lots of them. It's kind of gross.
Yikes.
But they don't come in my house, so
Do they?
just stay out by the chickens.
Hmm. All right.
Yeah.
Lovely.
We have Yeah, when it started raining more, we did get ants in the house though.
Yeah.
That was annoying.
We have had that problem before.
Yeah.
Like I used to have sugar scrub in the shower, and they would always go for my sugar scrub.
They were like, we need to exfoliate.
Hmm. I don't think that was their thought.
No. So you use sugar scrub in the shower because anytime I've tried to do that, it makes me very slippery, and I'm afraid I will fight.
I usually have it in the shower for after I get waxed because it helps me not get ingrown hairs. So I
Mm.
don't like sometimes I use it like on other parts of my body, but most of the time I just use it in places I've been waxed.
You wax your pits.
No, I have
Would
before.
Yeah.
I've gotten I guess like well because Kenzie is does waxing, so and she was like in school and she needed hours, so I was like, whatever, wax whatever you want. So that was like my first like intro into like I was like scared of waxing before that because I thought it was gonna hurt really bad, but then I got all of the parts of my body waxed and I was like, oh, I can handle that. That's not that bad. Except for I didn't do my mustache because I'm like panicked that it will grow in darker.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Kenzie swears up and down that it's not a thing, but I still hold out and I will just pull all the little hairs out individually as they come in dark. Because I mean, this is, I probably should be more embarrassed about this than I am. But like, I have PCOS and I grow dark hairs all over my face. I got a whole beard going in. But I have car tweezers. That's my hack for second puberty. Whenever you start growing all these hairs, you just put some tweezers in the car and at stoplights or like when you get to your place, like pull the little mirror down and pull those hairs out because the best lighting to get all the little hairs where you see them is in the car.
Yeah. I've noticed that
Mm-hmm.
because it's like it hits just right.
Yep.
But the mirror isn't the best. You need a better mirror
Yeah. Well,
in the
my
car.
mirror is fine, and you have like a fancy brand new car. Your mirror's not good.
Well, I guess I haven't tried to pluck any hairs out yet in my car.
Well, I don't. I the reason why I realized that I should put the tweezers in the car is because I would always like look at myself in the mirror in the car, and I was like, oh my gosh, how did I miss that hair before? And then all of a sudden, I was like, well, I guess we are gonna put some tweezers in here and just take care of it when we see them.
Yeah, speaking of fancy new car, I got the new car smell erased from Sally, who's very car sick. She
Oh
all over my
no!
like electronic, the electronic like controls drive. Yeah, she just like vomited
Oh,
all over that. It was terrible. I was like, oh my god, what do I do?
take
I
it
was taking her to
somewhere.
puppy training, and I was like, this is a terrible idea. We should just not.
Take her in the truck.
Yeah. Yes. No more fancy car for you.
I yuck.
But I had quick thoughts, and I had a towel nearby. I handled it as best I could.
Well,
But damn,
peace be
we
to
can't
you.
have nice things.
I do have a steamer if you need that to get it out.
Well, I did because it was all on the plastic part
Mm-hmm.
in the cup holders. Like it actually wasn't so bad, but
Most of the time, those have like inserts that come out that you can soak if you need to.
Oh, well,
I
let's
I
just hope
love cleaning cars.
you
That's
can come and clean.
me and Kenzie used to have car cleaning dates where we would just like go and clean our cars together.
Have you seen the like jelly stuff
Oh
that you
yeah.
can use
Mm-hmm.
to pick up the goo, like the it like sticks into the all the things? I want to get that.
Colton has little teeny tiny like the thing that the dentist used to get the plaque off.
Yeah.
He has those for car cleaning and it's lovely.
Oh. Yeah, because it's basically kind of the same thing. Cleaning your car is like cleaning your mouth. You gotta like
Get
get it
in
out.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
One time I legit like took Kenzie's car seats out of her car and cleaned it underneath the car seats.
Mm, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it on your new car.
No. Oh my god, the old car, when I was like trying to empty it whenever we were getting rid of it,
Mm-hmm.
there was so much stuff shoved under the seats from my children. Like papers. There was like score reports from like state testing shoved under the
From
under the back
Louisiana.
seat. I don't even know. I'm like, how did this happen? And like, I'm glad that I did find it because Lord knows like what kind of private information like we know
Yeah, right.
how your kid tested in second grade.
Well,
Not
for
organized.
future reference, it's only 4 bolts to take your chair out in your car, and it's really easy to like remove and put back in. I love detailing videos. Have you ever watched Mad Detail?
No.
It's on YouTube. It's like my favorite YouTube channel.
They just detail a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, they
I
just
did
detail
that.
cars.
He fixed a KitchenAid mixer, and I thought that was really fascinating.
It is so satisfying to watch because
Yes.
they get the cars that are like repoed by people who like didn't want to give up their cars, so they just
Oh.
like trash them and they like go get them and then they clean the whole car out and they like take all the chairs out, they like pull the carpets out and like power wash them, they clean everything. And they have this cleaner that they use and they're like, this is our extreme APC cleaner, and they like, because they like invented their own cleaner for cars or whatever, and so they're like buy our extreme APC cleaner, and like every single video. um and Colton was watching this YouTube channel before he showed it to me, and like we'd been watching this YouTube channel for like maybe, I don't know, like 2 months or something. Every once in a while I just like put on APC or Mad Detail. And one day, because he like follows them on TikTok or whatever, and he's like, do you know what their extreme APC, do you know what APC stands for? And I was like, all purpose cleaner. And he was like, how did you know that? And I was like, I guess.
Oh my gosh. Uh,
It was so funny.
oh, I didn't tell you about my trip with my aunts.
Yeah, tell me.
I had so much fun, and I think I found a new hobby
Mm.
that I want to start participating in, estate sales.
Oh no, this is gonna be a problem.
Yeah. But I haven't found any locally. The website that my aunt uses in Dallas, I don't know, they didn't have any good ones locally. And so, but we went to like four on one street in
Mm-hmm.
Dallas. She's like, "Oh yeah, Dallas is really known for their estate sales." I'm like, "Gosh, there must be a lot of people dying."
Well,
But there was like creepy dolls, lots of rocks. My sister-in-law got this really really cool uh like 80s puffer jacket that's like coming back in style now.
nice.
I was just like amazed at all the cool stuff, and I flew there, so it's not. I wasn't really shopping for me. Like like
Hmm.
I can't bring everything home with me. I'm like, I have to find more estate sales. They're better than garage sales because they're indoors.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of them, and the other thing that the other like life hack that you might like is city auctions.
I know. Yeah. Whenever you said, I was like, wait, what? Hold on. What am I missing out on?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I got my printer for $25.
And it still got ink.
It's still got ink,
That's
and
amazing.
it's a $2,700 printer that nobody bid against me because nobody knew what they were looking at.
Dang. Yeah. So let's do all the auctions and the estate sales that we could find.
I got my car on an auction. And oh, did
Did
I
you
tell you about
really?
the meth trailer?
The what?
The meth trailer?
No.
Yeah, okay. So, once we used to like go to auction, like do online
Did I tell
auctions.
you about the mess?
I mean, I can't believe I've never told you about the meth trailer. It's a huge like storyline. So we have done like a lot of online auctions. You can go to repo auctions and just like find cheap stuff that's been repoed, and now the bank has it and the bank doesn't need it, so they just sell it for whatever they can get for it.
I wonder if the person that owned it could that lost it.
Well,
They can
they could, but in this case you'll find out why they don't. So
They're on that.
so we went, and you can go inspect it, but you don't really get much. You get to put your head in there. That's about it. And so we went down and we saw that there was this trailer that the starting bid was $500. And so we went down, we put our head in there, we're like, yeah, well, we'll do it. And so we bought it for like $550 or something like that. And so we bought it, and we knew when we looked at it, we knew that it was a hoarder trailer. We're like, we'll clean it out. No big deal. It'll be worth our time to do it because we'll use it. So we start cleaning it out, and like very quickly realized that it's not just a hoarder trailer, it is a drug user's trailer that had a lot of syringes all over the place.
Oh my
And
god.
so I was like trying not to get AIDS for like 6 months of my life because I was redoing this trailer and they were everywhere. And it was just like stacked to the ceiling with stuff, like with needles in all kinds of different things. And so I had to be super, super careful not to get poked by anything. And the most sad part about it is that like we saw like court documents where they were like going to jail and like all of these things, and like a ton of the stuff in the trailer was kid stuff. It was
No.
like super sad.
Oh.
And we saw like they had like all the court documents in there from when they like lost their kids and all this stuff, and it was like really, really sad. But
Damn.
we did redo it, and we got to use it for like 4 years, and then we sold it for like $5,000.
Dang, what a flip.
Mm-hmm.
That was worth it.
Mm-hmm. I'll show you. I'll send you pictures.
Yeah, I have a friend, she just got kicked out of her rental.
Mm-hmm.
They, I guess, ended their lease early.
Mm-hmm.
And so now she's got to find an Airbnb type or rental type situation, but she's going to turn it into an Airbnb,
That's nice.
even though it's a rental. And I was like, that's interesting. But that's a good way to make a mountain, or what do they call it? I don't know. Turn water into water. I'm not
You're
doing
trying
good
to
at my.
say the mountain out of the molehill, but that's not what you mean.
That's not it either. That's not the phrase. you know, she's trying to make good thing out of a bad thing.
I just sent you the pictures. I don't know if you're using your phone though, so you might not be able to.
Well, if I go to it, will it stop the
I'm
programming? I
a
should
little
probably.
bit worried about that, but
Yeah, I don't want to risk it.
you could just
We'll
text
look
me
at.
later.
Yeah, I finally figured out that my phone has the option to schedule a text message.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes I will read a text message at like 5 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
or 11 p.m. or something like that, and then I'll be like, I'll respond to them in the morning. I don't want to, you know, text them too late or too early.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what the. I guess my mom trained me like after 8 p.m. You're not allowed to call people.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Well,
like,
just so you know, you're allowed to text me any time of the day. It doesn't matter. I won't wake up to text messages, or I'll just respond to you when I get the chance. If I,
yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like, you can message me. I won't respond probably,
but I
but
will get back to you eventually.
yeah. But I figured out that I have this option where you can schedule to send.
Mm-hmm.
So you can write it all out and then schedule it to send at a more appropriate time. That way you don't forget it. Because sometimes when it's not bold, I forget that I meant to respond.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be like 3 days and I'm like, oh shit.
Whips. Oh well. I
Yeah.
I I don't worry about that kind of thing. I just let it.
Oh,
I'll text you at 3 in the morning, or if it's not that important to text you at 3 in the morning, then I'll just remember or not remember to do it later. Or the other thing that I realized is that I can mark it as unread.
ooh. Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah,
How do you do that?
you just like hover over it and um like it just says, like once you push on it for a second, it says mark as unread.
Ooh.
So if I mark it as unread, I'll go check my notification and remember to text you
Yeah.
back. That's what I do. That's what I do at work too. I won't read my email if I know that I have to respond to it. So
Yeah.
I'll like
Because then
read
once
it,
it.
I'll like look at it, and then I will like mark it as unread, and then I'll know that I have to go back and do it again.
That's smart. That's really smart. These are good tips. Very good. It's hard. I'm a terrible emailer. I don't like emailing.
I will keep my inbox clean. Like I can't have any unread messages, otherwise it
Ugh,
ruins my entire thing.
I would pay somebody to clean out my
I'll
inbox.
do it.
If there's thousands of
You know, you
emails,
can just
it's
select all,
all
right?
and just delete everything. I don't know why I feel like there might be something important that I don't want to delete. There's not anything important. I don't have anything important. It's all emails from Old Navy.
Well, you can like search and like go to Old Navy, and then I'm pretty sure you can like just search like select all from sender.
Yeah, I got a kick where I started like actually unsubscribing to
Uh-huh. Yeah.
things, and then that was too much work. And I'm like, how did my email get put out so much? And they're like, oh, and then every time I'm at a store, they're like, we'll give you a discount if you give us your email. I'm like, okay,
Okay. No, mine
not
is
worth it.
sometimes my email gets leaked to some random thing, and it's like US uh AARP is wants you to sign up or something. And I was like, I have
Yeah,
no connection to AARP. Like, I don't know how this
yeah.
happened.
I get some spam lately where it's like your Norton virus thing
Yeah.
renewed.
Who
Call
has
us.
antivirus software anymore?
Yeah, I was like, what?
We probably all
That's
have
not
it.
me.
Our husbands just like put it on there or something.
Right? No, mine wouldn't know how to do that. He's not the computer user. He'll use one at work, but not at home.
Hmm. Yeah.
I usually just use my phone for everything.
I use my phone for a lot of things, but podcasting, I use the computer. And then graphic design on Canva, I can't get on board with the phone. Like I try, you can't do all the things I want to do on the phone.
It's easier on the computer, I'll
Hmm.
give you that.
Hmm.
But I can do a good bit on the phone with it.
I'm teaching a Canva for beginners class on Saturday.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Where at?
At the Fayetteville Public Library. Where else?
What? Are you going to do that again?
I mean, the only reason why I'm doing it is, well, I'm not organizing it. But I have a friend who is organizing it for an organization called E for All, which is like
Okay.
entrepreneurship for all. And
That's freaking cool.
yeah, and it is a nonprofit that like helps entrepreneurs through like the first part of their business. And so they are putting together like a workshop for Canva for beginners.
Can they put together a workshop for building a nonprofit?
I mean, I'm sure there is one somewhere in the area.
Where we need to go. We need to figure that one out.
We could figure that out. But
Yeah.
the so she just reached out to me and was like, "Hey, will you teach this class? It's going to be 45 minutes and then we'll have networking afterwards." And I was like, "Yep, I will do it."
Man, that sounds so fun. If I didn't have to work, then I would so be there.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like at 11.
Yeah. I'm doing the holiday vendor fair,
Ah.
which I'm excited. We got the guy that does recycled container filled candles. He's coming to
Mhm.
sell his candles.
Very nice.
He goes and collects bottles from restaurants and wine bottles and just like I don't know. I think he said like champagne bottles. Lots of like mostly that's what he said, mostly like wine bottles and champagne bottles. And he cuts them
Mhm.
and then I guess grinds them down to where they're not sharp
Mhm.
and turns them into candle holders.
That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna be there. And who else? I don't know. I think I'm most excited about him.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. But it's funny because the last time we had a vendor fair was the day before the tornado.
Oh, well, hopefully
So
that's not a trend.
a big shebang. But it was crazy because that day before the tornado was our biggest day
Mhm.
on record. And then of course we had bigger days since. But it was like, oh my goodness, yay, everything is good. And then I was like, oh shit, things about to be real. And now we're doing the ribbon cutting tomorrow and then the next vendor fair the day after. So
You guys are killing
I
it.
think it'll be a good full circle.
Mhm.
And I don't think we have as many workshops in December. We have an ornament painting workshop. That'll be fun.
Can I tell you a funny story about ornament painting?
Yes.
When I lived in Utah, uh, sometimes like it's like hard to find friends or whatever, or like the the Mormons are pretty aggressive about coming to your house there, and so one
Really?
time, oh yeah, uh,
Ugh.
and so when
They would hate me. They would judge me so hard.
they came to my house a bunch and they were like, "We really want you to come to this Christmas activity. Please come to this Christmas activity." And I was like, "Fine, I will come to the Christmas activity." And so I came to the Christmas activity and they were painting um, ornaments. And so I was just there, like painting my ornament like regular. I was doing my thing. People were laughing at my jokes and my stories, and I was like, "This is fine. I'm just socializing with people, even though it's in a church and it feels uncomfortable. But this is fine. Everything's fine." So I'm like painting and just listening and talking and telling stories and doing all the things that you do at a church activity. And then I finally get my ornament done and I like went to like turn it over on its top to dry and it flopped down into the paint bucket and got a stain on it. And I lifted, I was like, oh no, maybe it'll be ruined, maybe it'll be fine. And I lifted it up and it was in the perfect shape of a penis. This paint stain was. And I was like, of course, I would get a penis shaped paint stain on my ornament at a church activity. And everybody looked at me like, "You're not allowed to say that." I'm like, "Why? That's the shape it is. You all thought it." And they were like, no, you can fix that. I was like, no, I'm leaving it. And so it's like
It's meant to
only
be.
on one side of the ornament. So I every time I have a tree, I just like put it there and I like know that's my secret. And then sometimes people will come over and I'll be like, you want to see a secret? And then I turn it over. I'm like, this is my penis ornament.
I, I have a 3D printed snowflake that my friend made for me. And from far away, it looks really pretty. It looks like a snowflake. But then when you look at it up close, it's script words that say fuck 2020 all around it. I'm like, it's still one of my favorites. I'm
That's
like, I like this
awesome.
one. Have you started putting up your Christmas things?
My mother-in-law came to visit and she did it all for us.
Oh, can she come to my house?
Sure, I'll invite her over.
I'll pour her some champagne. She wouldn't like it. She'd be like, woo. No.
I just don't think that's a very good fit. Yeah.
But she can decorate a mean Christmas
Yeah,
tree.
for sure.
Do you do a theme, or what's your?
We never really decorated last year. This is only our second. Oh no, this is our third Christmas in this house. But we've never decorated this house before. For whatever reason, like we were gone last year, I think, or something. Anyway, we never decorated before, and so I don't really have a theme or anything for this house. My other house, I used to do like 2 trees in the living room because we had 2 trees, not because I actually hate Christmas. So, and to me, I'm
You
like,
hate
I don't really care. Like we do, like I will do what Cole wants to do, and he sets the tone, and I just say, okay, we can do whatever you want to do. And then my most exciting part is that I like have my secret ornament. That's it.
We watched a funny Christmas movie the other day with Jack Black. I don't know if you've seen it, previews for it.
Oh,
It's
the
called Dear
red.
Santa.
Which one?
Dear Santa.
Mm-mm.
It's about this kid. He writes a letter to Santa.
Oh, and
but
it's Satan.
he's got dyslexia and he wrote it to Satan.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jack Black comes back and he visits him and he's like, you wrote me a letter, kid.
That's funny.
And they go on all kinds of adventures and it's hilarious. It's a good one. I would watch it. Definitely not.
I watched Merry Gentlemen on Netflix.
What was that about?
Stripper Santas.
All right, I can watch that.
And it's got Chad Michael Murray, and he's the main stripper guy. So that's the holiday spirit I'm in.
Nice. Yes, that is a good one. That'll be the Saturday night sleepover movie. Mm-hmm. This is what we're watching. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I started putting up my Christmas tree, and I have a gold angel, or she's got gold in her dress, mm-hmm. that I put up at the top. And I have a Christmas tree skirt that is silver. Mm-hmm. And I was really like, oh God, what do I do? I have gold and silver, and this is just, you can't do gold and silver. And then I was like, unless I had a light bulb moment, I purposely do gold and silver together and just go for it. Mm-hmm. And so I like it. I have done gold and silver.
Nice.
With pops of red, and I'm going to add white, like a pearly white.
That's cute.
And then I'm going to add all of the random kid stuff and some of the random assortments, because my grandmother used to give us an ornament for Christmas every year. So I have a collection of ornaments from my grandmother. Mm-hmm. So I have a lot of ornaments, and I have like an exquisite ornament storage device that has trays, and
that sounds fun.
A whole system. I can change my colors at whim. Okay. I have multiple.
All right.
If I want to do a blue and silver theme, I can do that one year. I can do green and red, or I can do only like wooden and sparkles. Like,
Wooden and
I, like
sparkles.
yes, a burlap. That's an option.
Mm.
I have lots of options somehow. I don't know. I've
I
some. I never buy anything. I haven't bought anything in a long time. I'm like, I don't know how I have accumulated so much
You have
option.
children.
I think that's it. And my grandma, I think that definitely helped.
Mm-hmm.
She gave me a lot of ornaments over the years. That's at least because she didn't stop whenever we got like 18. She still kept giving them until recently. She hasn't been giving them. She's like very old now, and I think that my aunts and uncles are in charge of her money spending, and they don't approve of her spending money on grandchildren's Christmas ornaments.
Mm.
It's
They're
bullshit.
just babies.
They're like, no, she's in debt. I'm like, well,
She
well,
loves it.
yeah. But the thing, okay, so if you're an old person and they give you a credit card, like, what?
Isn't that on them?
Yeah, yeah. Like, certainly there's nothing to take from the children. I don't know.
Well, I
Like,
mean, the thing that I think about all the time is if you look around everything in your room, like it used to be money, and then that money used to be time.
yeah. Now it's just stuff that collects dust.
Yeah. Isn't that
Lots of
crazy?
stuff. Yeah. But that's why people turn into hoarders because they only see the money of the things that they've spent and then they don't ever want to get rid of it
Mm-hmm.
because they're like, oh, I spent money on this and they don't want to lose the money, but the money's already gone.
Yep. Money's fake. It doesn't even
Mm-hmm.
exist.
Right? Not real. Just enjoy yourself. Have fun.
Mm-hmm. Who cares?
Enjoy yourself surrounded by your treasures.
But the problem is when the treasures become an environment that is not enjoyable.
Like mouse ridden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Unless you're
that would
chickens,
be.
I guess.
Yeah, no, yeah, they like that. If you watch them eat a mouse, they go crazy.
The chickens
They're
eat the mice?
Yes, they are little dinosaurs. And if they get one, in which they can usually, if they get one, then they run around with it, and all the other ones chase it. And sometimes they'll like let it go, and it tries to run away, and then they catch it again. It's this whole. It's very gruesome.
That's
But yeah, they're
crazy.
very much dinosaurs.
That's crazy. Chickens are dinosaurs.
Yeah, I just fed them my fire cider remains. I finally poured off my
Oh.
witch's brew, and
Have you
that's
tried it?
been. It's very tasty.
Good.
I like it though. I love apple cider vinegar.
I don't love apple cider vinegar. I've just gotten to a place where I can like enjoy kombucha.
I'll eat it. Yeah, I don't think I enjoy kombucha.
I can say that I do now. Have not always been able to say that, but I've refined my palate enough.
Yeah, I want to enjoy kombucha, and like every time I buy it, I'm like, oh, this will be really good, and then I'm like, ugh, just finish it. It costs $4.
This used to be money, and money used to be time.
And then you put the bottle on display. I bought kombucha once. Remember that.
I am healthy.
Oh my goodness. This has been so much fun.
Are you ready for bed?
Yes,
Me
I
too.
am.
Okay. Thank you everybody for listening. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about that you didn't get to?
No, I enjoyed getting to talk about all my craziness.
Yay! Well, thanks for coming on today. I will talk to you next time. Until then, love you. Bye.
Bye.